up, everybody? I'm Sal Klein. This is Reggie Steele. And welcome to Spitballin. Spitballin.
What's up, everybody? I'm Sal Kalani. This is Reggie Steele.
And welcome to Spitballin.
Y'all.
Real quick, I just want to say, I'm gonna put the parentheses around this. This is how I feel right now about our country.
Oh, love with the skull.
Yeah, I love our country, but there's just a little bit of uncertainty, right? A little bit of unhappiness in it, a little bit of death, a little bit of dying, a little bit
It's
of
like I
gonna
love
die.
the cat, but I hate this orange piece of shit over my shoulder.
Oh, dude, he is a symptom of the sickness that exists in this country. Holy shit.
Yeah, so Reggie and I are talking about the big ugly bill that passed, and CNN did a thing where they showed like all the times he said, "I will not cut Medicare. I will not cut Medicaid. I will not cut Medicaid. I will not cut Medicaid." And then 17 million people, it's probably going to get cut from Medicaid. So
Probably. Hold up. They talking about
fuck
17 million people?
the rich.
2 million plus in California alone. Hold on, I have the numbers.
Fucking fall into that.
I
Yeah,
have-
dude. And what sucks is we got a whole nother year. Like there ain't the house can't change for another year and a half. This is bullshit, bro.
It's bullshit. So looking at it right here, in California, 2,668,466 people will lose health care. In Texas, 1,671,965 people will lose health care. And then it goes state by state. In Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, DC, Florida, 1,936,421 people will lose health care.
Yeah, man.
Dude, people
Why?
are gonna die,
It's so
bro.
unnecessary. It's so stupid.
Well, because they want to give out. Look, if they're not gonna tax the rich, for everyone out there who doesn't understand this shit, if they're not gonna tax the people who make the most amount of money, right? Then they have to find that money elsewhere. So what they've done is they've given big tax breaks to the wealthiest people in the country, and then they're taking the money from the lowest.
Yeah, it's like you don't even
Income
need to do
earners.
that.
You don't need to do that, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
They don't care about the poor
Yeah.
people. They know
Yeah.
they're going to be fine,
Yeah.
right? So because those taxes need to be paid, those taxes is what pay for the fire department, for the police department, for the the roads and for bridges and for services like those. That money we need that money. The tax
Right.
money is needed. So for everybody out there who's like, I don't want to pay taxes, then you don't want your road, you don't want potholes filled. You don't want bridges. You don't want bridges to be secured. You don't want police to come when they're called. Although even now, a lot of people will say they don't come when they're called. You don't want the fire department to come, right? Like there are a lot of services that go into taxes, and the people who should be paying that are the people who should be paying their fair share are the people who earn the most amount of money. I'm
Right.
not saying tax them more. I'm just saying tax them equally.
I'm saying tax the shit out of them.
It's not fair to them. I mean, it's like, look, and look, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Completely honest with you. I am not rich by any stretch of the imagination. And a lot of this shit that's happening in this bill, the things that is the people that it's gonna affect, I personally probably won't be touched. Like my day-to-day life will not be impacted. But because I care about people as a whole, I don't think that it's fair that I get to probably skirt by a lot of this shit just because of where I am in life. I know that there are people who are going to be directly impacted and injured by this. Injured, I'm talking about disabled people, right? I'm talking about the elderly because they're cutting funding for housing for the elderly.
Well,
I'm talking
even
about
like
for healthcare.
like last
Sucks.
yesterday, I was at the 4th of July festivity, and a couple of my friends, they're like in the business and industry, and some of them are editors and stuff, and they're just contractors like myself, but trying to get work, and so they rely on Medicaid. And yeah, dude, it's kind of a somber. It was kind of depressing. He's like, "This isn't bad. This is not good, man. I'm gonna lose my health care." Like yeah, man, people stressing. It's
Yeah,
just ridiculous, just to feed the rich even more.
Yeah, but it's been going on for a long time, man. This is what they do. They get in position of power, and then I don't know how people keep falling for this, but the wealthiest people in this country, in this world, they do not care about the people at the bottom who don't make money. They only take care of each other's. It's the same thing with the kings. The kings don't really care about the peasants,
Okay.
right? They just want their taxes. And if you can't pay your taxes, then they come and they take your sheep and they come and take your cow or they take your fucking, goats, right? They find a way. The thing that you need to help live, they take that from you. But somehow throughout history, and this happened over and over and over again, the rich have convinced the poor that the concerns of the rich are the same concerns as the
Right.
poor. And
Right.
it's not true.
Yeah,
It's
we
not
need
true.
another Robin Hood, baby. We've been going from the times of Robin Hood. This shit's been happening.
Yeah, seriously. There you go. I mean, that's a
Um,
perfect. Yeah. So,
I was going to show this video. So there is the flash floods going, and it is kind of crazy how powerful this is. You don't realize, you just hear it like, I don't know, what's a flash flood? So here we go.
in Comfort, Texas.
Yeah. So this is a quick little video of you just see the arrival of the flash flood yesterday.
So, wait, where's the flood coming from? Is there a storm or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess there were storms and then these rivers overflow, and this is what a flash flood is. So you see a typical river, but it's at the very top there, it's coming.
Yeah.
Okay, now you really gotta, oh, you know what? Here, let me make sure I have the sound on so you can hear it too. But not that it's really that loud, but it's more of
Does it
okay.
sound like a
No.
train coming or something?
Yeah, it's just there's a lot of debris coming with the flash flood.
Yeah. It's always oh, shit.
And you see how fast it's Look at that, bro. You see all that crap, all that wood, all those trees. That's why people
Wow.
die, man, because there's all that debris coming. That's what they were saying the same thing when that tsunami happened way back in the day. It was just all
Yeah.
the debris and stuff that comes with the water.
Wow. Man, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it was
You
crazy,
know,
right? Like you
yo, that's
first you're like, ah, it
terrifying.
just looks like the river's trickling, and then all of a sudden, and all these tree trunks are in there. Like that's what really gave the depth to it. Like, oh my God.
Whoa, that's crazy, man. I don't think I've never seen a flash flood. Like I've growing up in Alabama, I remember hearing, in the news flash flood warnings after heavy rains, right? Like when it's
Mhm.
been storming for a while and, you know, I don't know, dams overflow, rivers overflow, creeks, about ponds and all kind of stuff. But I've never seen it like that before. That's nuts, man. How you get away? The person on the bridge who was filming it, I'm like, what are you doing?
I mean, look
Like,
at it keep rising, right?
yeah, exactly. I'm like, man, that's
There's
unfortunate
been
because it's
houses washing away and cars. It's
yeah,
crazy.
that's sad, man. That's unfortunate. They said from what I saw this morning, it said that at least at this point, 24 people have lost their lives.
Hmm. A lot of
Um,
kids too.
man, that's crazy, man. Condolences to the families of those people, man. That's unfortunate. I hope that they're able to resolve it or figure it out sooner than later. But once again, to go back to this dude we are just talking about, he's cut funding for FEMA,
Yeah, well,
right?
they were
Like
just also bitching about the National Weather Service in Texas. Like they got it wrong, and then you just see they're cutting stuff on that, so they can't predict hurricanes as accurate and stuff. Like,
okay,
why? Why
so
cut science? Because they don't believe in it. They're idiots.
they do this whole like I try not to be pessimistic, right? I'm pretty much an optimist. But I gotta tell you, man, based on what I'm seeing, I'm like, where are we headed, bro? Like, what's the end game,
And
right?
the
Because if you
lies, he just
the
even lied. You see, he said he hates Democrats yesterday. He's like,
he
oh, the
said
Democrats hate me. I hate them. They wouldn't vote because they hate Trump. No,
exactly,
it's because it was fucking over the middle class and poor. That's why, you dipshit.
exactly. I was gonna say
Just
let's
lie.
examine that. Let's
So
examine
over
that.
these lies.
Let's examine that. What he said was, he goes, they chose not to support this bill because they hate me.
Yeah.
You see how he personalizes
Yeah.
things?
Yeah,
And
but
he,
it's always a victim. What a little
yeah,
bitch.
and
I
his
just want
but
to
his
punch him
base,
in his 80-year-old face.
dude, his base, they believe in him. So they believe that anything that doesn't go his way is because people don't like him personally, not because the policies that he implements are trash, are
No, right.
detrimental
They don't
to
even know what they are. They just like
exactly.
he's an asshole.
But I heard this whole thing yesterday about one of the reasons why people follow him is because the thing that he has done well, as much as I don't like this guy, as much as I really dislike this dude, he's done a really good job of creating a community for these people who feel disenfranchised on some level. Because with their little hats that they wear, they see other people who wear the hats and they feel like they're a part of a thing. He's created a
Right, and
community
he made it seem like it's
where he's the
strong.
leader.
And yeah,
Well,
Democrats are weak. And
yeah, well,
it's like only wussies support that.
oh my God.
You get a lot of that. Like that's what I think a lot of these bros are. My cat's trying to eat my bruschetta I put out. Get out of here, bro. You don't want tomatoes. Like you can't look at tomatoes. You're an Italiano cat. But
That's funny. Yeah,
yeah,
man.
no,
But
it's
he's
frustrating.
done a good job of creating a community where people feel like they're invested. They're not invested in his policies because if they actually examined his policies, they would see that those policies hurt them. What they're invested in is him. They
Yeah,
believe in him. So when he says they didn't do a thing
right.
because they hate
Oh
Trump, they
yeah, he's
hate me.
right.
Yeah, and you know what? They hate me and I hate them and I hate the
Hmm.
Democrats. A president, a sitting president of the United
They're
States
not
of
trying to bring the
America.
country together.
No, a president who's supposed to be a president for all the people in in the country, the Republicans, the Democrats, the Libertarians, the Green Party, the Independents, and whatever else is out there. You know, as far as politically, and then race, we can get into every single race.
I mean,
They're
he's not even
supposed
there
to
for
be
Republicans. If a Republican goes against them, he tries to get him thrown out of office so they become mad.
exactly, exactly. So this dude is supposed to be the president for all people, but for him to sit there and say that the Democrats hate me and I hate them, I hate the Democrats. Holy shit, this guy's a piece of shit. He Dude, he is arguably, I only been alive for a short
Well, he's
while.
definitely the worst in our lifetime.
Absolutely. Now look, I hated the Reagan era. As I got older and I saw what that Reagan era did to people or did to
Mhm.
what the experience that I had growing up and what I saw happening around me and how people were impacted, I was like, man, fuck Reagan, right? This dude is like worse than Reagan.
Well, it was like
This
you
dude,
said, last week about the decorum and the character and just,
yeah, he's a piece of
comparing
shit.
with
So
other people.
yeah,
Um,
I hope the people
yeah.
in Texas get some money to help rebuild because FEMA ain't got it. So
Trump ain't giving it to you. All
he
right.
ain't giving
Well,
it to you.
speaking of, I got my little Playboy hat here. Reggie was commenting, and I was telling him this bucket hat I got from my friend's. It's from his grandpa. So his grandpa used to have this like in the 60s.
Dude, he gave away a family heirloom.
A
Dude, that is an awesome hat.
bucket hat, dude.
It's an awesome hat. And you're sitting here wearing it on a podcast. What it needs to be doing,
I
I
was
said
wearing
this
it
to
my
Sal,
4th of July yesterday.
dude, that hat needs to be on like some dummy's head.
There it is.
That's funny. On another dummy's head, right? On another dummy's head in a glass
Why
case,
you
bro.
can't enjoy it then if it's on some fucking head or a mannequin?
Yeah, but you're
You
gonna
can
get
enjoy
it
it.
dirty. It's gonna be messy. It's gonna start stinking if you sweat in
What are you
it.
gonna do? It's gonna smell like me. That's
Dude,
beautiful.
that hat is from the 60s, bro. That's like that should be in a museum. That's some legitimate, like,
This shit was around when Kennedy was president.
dude, that hat is like some Hugh Hefner Playboy Mansion type shit. Like I feel like I've seen that hat on television.
Well, yeah, man. And I know a lot of people do shit on the Playboy and how they exploited women. But I will also say back in the day, Hugh Hefner was a very big supporter of civil rights. That was one thing I did like about him. And
Yeah.
remember, he used to have a show, and and he was one of the first ones to have a black musician play on the show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And yeah, oh yeah, dude. Here, I'll look it up so I don't just say black
Shout out to Hugh
musician.
Hefner. I mean, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm kind of torn about this. You know, he exploited women. Um,
Well, as a male, as a straight male, you are?
Yeah, I just don't know, man, because there was so many of them, and they were completely fine. They seem happy in the in the mansion, bro, like walking around, and from what I've heard, the stories that I've heard, they weren't just walking around. Like they had different rooms where visitors came over, and hey, man,
I mean, it was weird though. They have to sign a contract to be with him and stuff.
oh, I didn't know
Okay, so
that.
yeah,
Wait, wait,
one of
wait,
the
I
first
didn't.
ones he had was Nat King Cole.
Oh, awesome.
Nat
Wait,
King
wait.
Cole, Sammy Davis Jr., and Tina Turner.
Oh, dude, come on. Come
Yeah,
on.
no, it's just look,
Yeah.
man. There's
Hold up.
people
They had to sign a
always have
contract?
their issues, but if you're fighting on the right side, people are going to appreciate you a lot more throughout history.
Yeah. Wait, hold up. We need to go back to this. They had to sign contracts?
Oh yeah, there's something. Oh, look it up, dude. Like the girlfriends and the wives of him were like, oh, it was like their job to like, they each had to sleep with him once a week or something. It's all like, no, when you get down to the nitty gritty, it's kind of gross.
Hold up. Hold up.
There's
This
old
dude,
man too, dude. Old man River.
man, hold up. This dude. How many women were in the Playboy Mansion at any given time?
I don't know, but he had like the three main wives, right, or girlfriends.
He had three girlfriends.
Remember those? They had like their own show and stuff.
Well, he had three girlfriends, and they all had to sleep with him once a week, and this was their job. He was like, okay, I'm going to provide shelter,
Yeah, they say
food.
we were reportedly under contract to film the reality show The Girls Next Door. Oh, they weren't paid for signing the contract. Felt very prostitute-ish, as it essentially meant signing a contract to be in a relationship.
Based on the show.
Right.
Okay, the show. All right, I get that. That's
There's mentions of
contractual.
girlfriend signing NDAs. Hefner made promises. I don't know.
Okay, I mean, okay, for the show, I kind of get that, right? But I'm talking about at the mansion where he lived in the house. All those women that were walking around there all the time, I was like, they can't all be just available to him whenever he wants them to be.
All right, so here's his three girls. I think this one over here on the far right, she's
What's that?
married to a football player now. I remember they booed her or gave her shit when their team lost.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let's look at this. Let's look at these women. Look at these women. Go back up. Okay, we got three different feels here for real, right? Like the one closest to him on his left, she looks like the older one. Like she's probably
Yeah,
the
she's probably the first one, and this one's
the
the
first one.
youngest, and she's the middle.
And now the middle one is the one of the three of them. The middle one is where I would have issues because I'm sure she's going to be the one that's going to bring the most problems to the table. The young one hasn't figured anything out yet. So the
Ooh,
old
here's his
one,
rules. No red lipstick allowed.
okay, that's good. It's cheap. It looks cheap. I'm down for that,
Came down resident. He flipped
especially in
out
that
and said he
situation.
hated red lipstick on girls and take it off. There
Okay.
was a 9 p.m. curfew. Got me back by 9, ladies.
What we got in return? What you get? What you
I
got in
mean, even though
return?
we
Is
had a
what
9
we
p.m. curfew, it wasn't like we were prisoners. Although if you missed a curfew, you were sleeping on the lawn. They were very strict about it.
All right. So he's like, yo, you can't be out in them streets after 9 p.m. All right.
Well, man.
He said all the bad things happen at night after 9 p.m.
Girls got a weekly clothing allowance.
Okay. A weekly clothing allowance. Let me see. The Playboy founder
You
would give
give them
$1,000 bonus to the girl.
$1,000 and $100 bills on Fridays.
Hey, dude. Weekly? So that's 4K a month just on clothes.
The girls had to be quiet when Hefner was speaking. Oh,
Okay.
hold on now.
That's definitely some misogynistic shit right there. He's seen and not heard.
Nobody talks when I'm talking. How
Okay.
difficult it was to live in a mansion, probably because a man is speaking and Hef is still living in 1963. The women were not allowed to date other guys. Well, I could see that.
Okay.
But he
I'm
could
okay with
date
that.
other women.
Well, and they're getting $1,000 a week for
He's paying them to date him, really.
yeah,
Like, if
it's like
you're rich, you get away with anything, bro.
dude, look, you're living in the house. I'm sure he's got a chef. There's food available. You got shelter. You got
Reggie's
security.
like, that's a good deal. Reggie's like, I'll
I
do this,
mean,
bro.
dude,
All
you're
right.
getting $1,000 a week,
The
and you don't
girls
have to pay
were
for
not
anything else.
allowed to have an apartment. Well, they had to just live there.
Okay.
So the girls were not allowed to have their own apartment. You weren't allowed to have an apartment, which while I lived there were some women who did. They just kept that a secret from him. The
Mm.
girls had to have blonde hair, which is just crazy that everyone's got to look the same. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. That's not gonna fly for me.
You were expected to look a
Okay.
certain way. You had to have the blonde. Kendra Wilkinson said her job included 1 minute sex with him.
Wait,
1
what? Said her
minute
job included 1 minute? 1 minute?
into the Playboy after she was hired to be a naked statue at his 78th birthday party. His 78th party, he asked her to move in. I moved
Okay.
in, the weeks went by and I didn't know that sex was involved.
Okay.
I was
However,
like, oh, really? A guy wants to have sex with me?
well, hold up. And then, however, she would go on to have 1 minute sexual encounters with him that felt like a job.
I was usually
Um,
very drunk during those evenings. I tended not to care about much until the next day. I had to be very drunk or smoke lots of weed to survive those nights.
man, that 1 minute of hell. I mean, but I get it. I get it psychologically.
Hefner held twice weekly orgies for him and his girlfriend.
What?
Down the rabbit hole revealed Hefner held twice weekly orgies where he would give out sedative drugs. Madison ended up leaving the mansion in '06 when she found out Hugh was infertile.
Oh, no wonder he was doing whatever he wanted. He was shooting blanks.
But he was already pretty old by that point. They had to
Yeah.
sign NDAs upon entering. This one,
Okay.
she has insisted she never slept with him, but walked in on him having sex one time. All right, well,
What was that last part? Go back up. What was that last part? I obviously can never say who it was with. All I can say is that there were four people, including him, she said. Okay, wow. I just saw something at the bottom when you're scrolling down. Caitlyn Jenner's manager
I
died,
fell off like an ATV.
fell off an ATV, and I'm just like, yo, man, what is going on? Caitlyn Jenner, she was in a car accident and killed someone, and now someone else around her has died, and she, look,
It's just a freak accident. What are you trying?
I
Conspiracy
don't know,
theory
man.
trying to
And
connect them.
nah, I'm not trying to connect the dots. I'm just saying I think that Caitlyn Jenner may have some bad juju. That's all. Maybe some
It's
bad
sad.
juju.
And then
But
the soccer players passed away. That was sad in an accident.
the soccer player.
You didn't hear about the soccer player dying, right?
No,
Come on,
no.
man.
I heard about the actor Madsen,
Yeah, Michael Madsen passed away.
but they said they found his body, so they don't even know how or why.
Oh no, he said it was cardiac arrest.
Oh, okay, he had a heart attack. Okay.
Yeah. No, this
And then there
guy,
was
you don't know Diogo Jota? How do you say it? Jota? He was
mm,
him and his brothers, bro. He was like 28. He just got married. He has three kids.
what?
Yeah. And he died and I think they had a Lamborghini and it went off the road and crashed.
Oh, jeez. Man, July 3rd, 2025
Yeah.
in Portugal. There was also a member of the Outlaws, the youngest, the youngest member that was selected by Tupac to be a member of the Outlaws. Um, Died at 47, but he committed suicide. He died by suicide.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think there was a letter or anything like that. At least they hadn't said anything.
All right, let
But
me sneeze and then I'm gonna bring out the bruschetta.
okay.
Let me get some coffee. You need anything, Reg?
Nah, I'm good. I got water. I'm okay. Love, love me in a special way. What more can I say? Love me now. Yo, I guess I want to just take this moment to give a shout out to anybody out there who's still listening, still watching, still been on this journey with
Shout out
us.
to the Harrison sisters, our biggest fans. I'm gonna reached out to them. I'm gonna work it on my credits for the special, and I requested a picture of the two of them with me to put
The
up. In
twins, right?
yeah, they were pretty. Oh, this shit is really.
Yo, shout out to
They're
the
like, yeah, it's amazing.
Harrison.
Yeah, Harrison,
Shout out to the
Ernestine,
Harrison
and
sisters
Adia.
because honestly, I've known Sal for a very long time. And since you guys first saw Sal, you have consistently been
Years.
in years, you have consistently been a supporter of this man and his comedy and his perspective and his point of view. And I want to say props to you
I mean, I
because
remember when I first it really because I'll say this.
yeah, because I show up and you guys are here and
I
I
just
appreciate you
remember like
appreciating him.
they came out one time. I was, we do local shows in SF, and I was like headlining one of those, and they both came out and this and that. And then I was like, "Oh, so what? I mean, I was like, oh, how do you guys know? You you saw me with Reggie. You know Reggie? Is that I
Oh, you figure
figured.
because they're black?
Yeah, I just went right to the race right away. I was like, where are these two random, these black sisters, these women, these twins like me? Like, why would they like me? I just figured I had no idea. They're like, yeah, we saw you somewhere. And I was like,
Oh
the hell?
man.
And they've been the most supportive ever. And I remember because you were like, I don't know that.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, we're not a monolith, right? Like, and we're not all the same.
Really, when I started out, I couldn't believe it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is cool. Like, I thought you used
That
to have
was
fans.
that was definitely very Cleveland of you, very
Oh,
Ohio
very,
of
dude.
you.
No, come on, when we first got off the bridge, I mean, we were joking, but you got to remember, like in Cleveland, really, when the only time I saw black people was when I went downtown and worked with black people. But then when we came to SF, I remember my buddy and I were crossing the bridge. And I'm like, look, Jason, everyone around us now is gay.
Oh my God.
Because you just have this whole mentality. Like when we was moving, someone in my old job, like the old receptionist, they're like, yeah, Sal's leaving. Like, he's leaving? Where's he going? He's moving to San Francisco. What? I didn't know Sal was gay. I'm like, what? This was just like an automatic. Like, that's Cleveland, bro.
Wow.
And this ain't just some like redneck. This is someone in a professional job who just like, this is what people
Dude,
are thinking.
so I'm gonna tell you right now, I was so oblivious to any stereotypes in that regard to California. All I knew about in
You
California,
didn't know about the gays in San Francisco?
I didn't know anything about the gays in San Francisco.
Wow.
What I thought of when I heard California, all I thought of was palm trees and beaches, like the ocean, palm
That's
trees and beaches.
funny.
That's it. That's all I thought of. I
I
didn't
didn't
think
even
about.
I was on the stratosphere in Las Vegas looking west and looking how beautiful it was. And I'm like, I just want to go west.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I had no idea. I was like, I'm going west. I'm like, let's go to California.
What?
Yeah, dude. That's
That
what
was it.
that was when it first hit me. Like, I want to get out and like really get out. Like, let's make it happen. And then yeah, dude. And I never been. I never this Monad was a couple, he'd been to the city before and he said that was cool. My sister used to live there. I was like, all right, let's go there.
Wow, to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing, dude. I
Yeah.
came out to California for an education, right? To play
Right, you
ball.
because it was a schooling. Because did you already have the what do they call it? A scholarship at San
Yeah,
Jose State University? Yeah.
yeah, not San Jose State, but at City. I was at San Jose State. Remember, I came out to San
Oh,
Jose City first and lived at San Jose State. So, and all that
okay.
was covered. It was all paid for through financial aid and Pell Grants and whatever else. So I never paid for anything, and then I got the scholarship to St. Mary's. I had scholarships coming out of high school too, but it's funny, man. Like thinking back, I had opportunities, but for whatever reason, they were all not for whatever reason, but they were predominantly in the South, and they never really were for me like viable options. I was like, nah, I don't want to
I
stay
know, like
here.
I always felt if you already done 20 years in a place, why would I want to stay here now? If I have an
Yeah.
opportunity to get the fuck, because that's the first time you actually can go. Like you
Well,
can afford to, you're an adult.
yeah. Well, for me, it was a little different because I left at 18, right? So,
Right.
um, and I had traveled with my mom. I had already been out to California to see my Uncle Yancey, who turned out to be my grandfather. I've been
Mhm.
to Chicago to see my Aunt Queenie. I've been to Massachusetts to see my Aunt Mary and my Aunt Rosie, right? Like we had gone to the Bahamas. Like I had seen stuff, and with basketball, I had traveled through basketball to North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Iowa, Minnesota, New York, Virginia, right? Like I had traveled
You
with
did
these
you wanted
things.
to go west because you hadn't been there as much?
I didn't really say I wouldn't say I wanted to go west. I was just open to going wherever that was
Right.
not the South,
And
right? And I
that's
was
what's
like,
key. We're always open to something. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
absolutely, absolutely. And now that I'm here, I'm like, there's no, why would you live anywhere else, especially in this country? Like this
Yeah, no,
place,
the more, yeah, yeah, no, there's certain things. The cities are just different. They have little vibes. I just love it. You know what I mean?
yeah. And now look, I
Like
get
something like
it.
nowhere else in the world has. Like no, or at
Yeah,
least in the
nowhere else.
country, like San Francisco.
Well, and I have friends back home, just like you do, right? I have friends back in Alabama. You have friends back in Ohio. And some of them, they are rigid in their ideas and beliefs. And they wouldn't be able to live in a place like this because
Right.
not because they can't accept outside people. It's just that what they're used to is it's so confined in a certain way that I don't know if they would be able to manage.
You have to
And
be
so,
willing to go out of your comfort zone to live the way we, to make these
right.
decisions. And a lot of people are not. And I was always like, and I don't care. I'll do a gig in no man's land if it's somewhere I've never been. And
Yeah,
it's worth it, then yeah, I don't care.
dude.
It's to me, it's an adventure. It's fun. I like it.
And how did I choose to go play basketball in Latvia, in Riga, Latvia? Because when I got offers from Lithuania, Poland, and Latvia. And of the three of those, I was like, I've heard of Lithuania, that's Sharonas Marciulionis, and I've heard of Poland,
But you
right,
never
because
heard
of
of
World War
Latvia. That's
II,
why you
but
want it.
I've
That's
never heard of
so funny.
Latvia. Let's go to Latvia.
Exactly. I love it.
Yeah, that's exactly where I went.
Yeah,
So,
let's try something completely different. All
yeah.
right, Reg. Well, here we go. Get some music going. Yes, POORdain is back. We had a little
All shoulders.
all show.
Greg Hill was at all shoulders.
Okay, so we had Reggie did we had your little film thing last week. That was kind of fun with
Why
the
is why it's gotta be
review.
little? Why it's
No,
gotta be little?
yeah. Reggie reviews. I like that. A little Reggie reviews.
Yes.
And then I put out the TI POORdain. But this week we're gonna have my 4th of July special. I had to make something. And I went with my Italian roots. I went with the bruschetta. Okay. Now, Reggie,
Bruschetta.
have you make the bruschetta?
I do not make the bruschetta. I do buy it from Trader Joe's and I put it on bread because it's
Oh,
delicious.
Reggie, fucking steal. Oh, you are a jar man? You told me you ate that kind of stuff.
Well, no, it's not in the jar. It's more of a container.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen it.
Yeah, with the green lid.
Oh,
with the
yeah, and
green
you
writing
peel
on
it
top.
back and you just plop on his.
And
No,
you
look.
take the plastic off and then you take it and you plop.
All right, look, Reggie. It
Dude,
takes
it's
it takes
delicious.
seconds. Now here he goes. Look at this beautiful. Look how
Hold on,
beautiful.
real quick. I do with my bruschetta, I would mix it with lentils. I get the lentils and the bruschetta, mix those two
Oh my
together.
God, Reggie,
Delicious.
steal, you're killing
Okay,
me,
well
dude.
let's get back to your bruschetta.
Yeah, hold on, let me shut off this background so you could because I want you to see the bruschetta in all its form.
Okay.
Yeah, like my new still. Look at that, huh?
Nice. Once upon a time in Hollywood.
Okay, so here we go. Now, it's pretty simple, the bruschetta, but I'm
Okay.
telling you, it's amazing. Now, what you need, of course, is tomatoes, right? You get about, I don't know. I had like 7, but they were like this.
Oh, you get the small tomatoes. Okay.
Right. So it doesn't matter, but they didn't really have any big ones. But we're right. About 3 normal sized tomatoes, right? I
Okay.
took 2 cloves of garlic. Now that's important, Reg, and that's where you kind of miss out when you get it in the jar, because when you get it fresh garlic, like there's nothing like that flavor.
Yeah, but in the bruschetta that I buy from Trader Joe's, it's full of garlic.
Hmm.
I
Wow.
love garlic.
I don't know what you're doing over there. Okay, so now the olive oil. You gotta have a little robust olive oil.
Okay.
And the salt and the pepper. Now, here's another thing. Now, I don't know if you get this in that little bullshit you buy.
I don't know if you get, hold on. Let's run that back. I don't know if you get this in that little bullshit that you buy.
Yeah, I'll
With a
show you
smile.
too.
Said with a smile. I don't know if
Uh-huh.
you get this in that little bullshit that you buy.
Yeah, so now this is what you need. Oh shit, I just spilled my coffee. Motherfuck the world. Okay, so there's what you need, a little basil.
Okay.
Yeah,
We got
so
basil.
this, do you have this in your little jar bullshit?
Yes, it's all chopped up in there.
Okay, well, this is a mess. I got coffee all over my floor. Son of a bitch.
Hey guys, this is where we are.
This is a sloppy POORdain, dude.
That's all right. You can edit it out.
I guess. Yeah, it's
Um,
not like funny to hear me on the side complaining about coffee on my
Yeah,
floor.
no one wants to see
I
you
just
all
poured
camera.
that coffee too. I got up for this.
Mother, I can't believe this.
This motherfucker. Okay.
Yo,
So
man, you
you
got
say
it.
you got there's basil in yours?
You got the little nut huggers.
No, they're the gym shorts. They just ride up when I sit down.
Okay, I'm like, please don't flash one of your testes to the
Oh,
to
come
the
on.
people.
You want it. All right, so you chop all. Oh, and here's the touch, though, Reg.
Okay,
Tomatoes. We got the garlic. We got the
okay,
basil. We got the
and
salt. We got the
got
pepper
and you got the olive oil.
and the olive oil. There's one thing I didn't say. And I bet you don't have that in the bullshit you got over there.
Well, hold on. Let me guess. Let me guess. Tomatoes, basil, garlic, salt, pepper, olive oil. What else did you put in there?
Why don't you go grab your jar and read the ingredients for us?
I don't have.
Bullshit. A
I
bunch
don't
of
have any.
bullshit would be the last ingredient.
I don't know what it is. Okay, what is it? What's the
A
last
little
thing?
balsamic vinegar. A little
Oh,
balsamic vinegar.
balsamic.
And yeah,
Balsamic.
you mix up. Now you could put a little Parmesan on the end. So this is what I did. Brought it separately. If you're
Okay.
gonna bring it somewhere, bring it separately. You don't want to get that bread all sogged up for people. Okay.
Right.
Like one of these is already soggy. It's all soggy because it's been sitting out. But anyway,
Okay.
now the bread you have to have it toasted. I slice it first, then you put it in.
What kind of bread?
Both sides get toasted. I do the Italian baguette. You can do French baguette. And
Okay.
then
I was gonna ask, is it French baguette or Italian baguette that you
no,
want?
either or. Bread's bread in that regard. They're both very good breads. Okay.
Okay.
That's it though. Don't go be getting no 12 grain seed whole fucking
What, what about
sprouts
olive?
bread.
What about
Okay. I don't need
olive
no
bread?
sprouts bread.
What about olive bread? I love olive bread.
I don't know if that would really work. I mean, maybe.
Sourdough?
Here's the problem with the olive bread, though. You're adding more salt to the equation because
Okay.
olives are pretty salty and blah, blah, blah.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah, I just do, but now I like the small one because that's another thing. Somebody yesterday, he made Rice Krispie treats, but they were like bite size. And I was like, genius. Because nobody
Mm,
wants to just sit there and mound sugar all day. But if you just get
right.
a, oh, that's a nice little touch. So,
Yeah,
same with
that's
this.
smart.
Bite size. Now, the one woman was asking me, like, oh, how do you eat it? I'm like, well, I got a big mouth. I shove the whole fucking thing in my mouth. But you can bite it. Like, you got to tear though with those incisors because it could be sloppy and fall
Right.
off. All
Right.
right. So, man, Reg, I don't know what it is, but that combo of tomato, basil, and oil,
Yeah.
oh my God, with the little garlic. Then I'll say I kind of messed up yesterday because I was hungry and I
Mhm.
was saving for the cookout.
Oh, you can't do that.
So then I was, well, I had a salad, but then I was
Okay.
making this. So I started eating this.
Oh boy.
Having too much garlic on an empty stomach, bro.
Then you reeked of garlic.
Well, you have a little
It was
tummy pain.
it
So
was
yeah, then
coming.
the bread's a little crunchy and it's perfect. So there it is, a little bruschetta. And I bet it's way better than that bullshit that you buy.
Okay, so what I'm gonna say is this. You have your homemade bruschetta, right? You go to Trader Joe's, you buy their bruschetta,
Ugh.
and you do your own side by
I already
side.
did. I've had that bullshit bruschetta before. I'm
But you
already
gotta
telling
do it
you.
side, you gotta do it side by side. You gotta do it side by side.
I'm
And then
telling
you
you what
can
the
tell us
difference is.
then you can tell us what the problem is with the store-bought
You should
bruschetta.
make the real stuff and you get that jar too, and we'll both compare.
Okay. All right, I can do that. I can do that.
Mm.
I can do that. But you gotta understand, I haven't made bruschetta before, so my measurements may be a little off. Like I know you said
That's true. All
two
right.
cloves of
Well,
garlic.
I don't want to spend money on the fucking jar though, dude, because then I don't want the jar. I don't want to eat that stuff. And now it's going to be in my
Dude,
fridge just for a bit.
dude, it's delicious. Or you can take that jar and then buy the Trader Joe's lentils that you put in the microwave and they heat up, and then you put the two together. I'm
You know,
telling you
I
right
will
now,
say, I mean, that is disgusting with
delicious.
the
It's
lentils. But
delicious.
you know what is good with those lentils? The cold ones, right? Is that what you're talking about? They're already cooked and they're vacuum sealed.
Yes.
Yeah. Avocado. Cut up some avocado and put it in with those. It's very
Okay.
good.
Dude, that is
And olive oil.
just for the record, for anybody out there who's listening, those lentils are a great source of protein. The only drawback, the
Oh,
only
you
drawback,
fucking get the ass, dude.
say what?
You got to deal with your ass.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna go there.
Oh, it's
I was,
not. Yeah, because they're beans, right?
are lentils beans? I think so, right? Lentil
Yeah.
beans? Okay. Um, Yeah, I'm like, what family are the lentils from? But what I was gonna say, the only drawback is that, like you just said, they come in a vacuum seal plastic bag,
You gotta eat
right?
them all right when you open it.
No, you don't have to eat them all, but it's just that any food in plastic now, like it's known that the plastic leaks into the food, so you get microplastics, and if you heat it up in the microwave, then that plastic melts, and there's a whole thing. So the only drawback is that I mean those things are that particular package of lentils is really easy to cook. It's really easy to access. They're already cooked. You're really just heating them up. But it's the plastic aspect of it.
Oh, you
So if
don't
you
heat
can
them
buy
up? You don't eat them cold?
no, you eat them cold. You heat them up. There, if you look on the package, it says put it in the microwave
Dude,
this
eat them
side up.
cold with the avocado and olive oil. It's good.
I'm not eating them cold.
I'm telling you, bro.
Cause
Lentils are
what I'm
small
trying to do is
pink
I'm trying to convince
legume.
people to just eat lentils, but then go get the fresh lentils and make them yourself, and then they can do avocado or they can do the bruschetta. Mix those two together. It's delicious. And the only reason I even know that existed is because I went to Trader Joe's years ago and they had it as a sample, and I was like,
Uh,
"What's this?" And I tried it, and I was like, "I'll be
I remember I
back."
went to someone's little house party and a neighbor, and they had it. And I was like, oh, what is that? This is good. Like, this is cold lentils, olive oil, and avocado. And it was really good.
That
The
was it.
avocado is just matches it perfect.
Yeah, I love avocado. What I do with my avocados is I like to cut them in half, obviously, take them apart, and then I slice them long ways, and then I slice them vertically, and then I slice them horizontally, and I put some salt and I squeeze a lime or a lemon on it, and I eat it with a spoon straight. Dude, it's the best thing ever.
Damn, dude.
It's the best thing ever.
I
So,
don't know
all right,
about
so I got
that.
one more review for you. I finished Ironheart.
Oh, did you like my the little lightsaber sound I gave you? That's pretty cool.
The lightsaber sound.
Yeah, when you open your show,
Is
dude.
there a
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you didn't even notice? That's what I sent to you. Reggie
I
doesn't
did
even
not.
act like I exist anymore, you guys.
I did not notice. Hey, yo,
Only
did you
on
notice?
Friday mornings or
Hey,
Saturday mornings.
yo, look at this. Did you notice that I got my other ear pierced? Did I tell you that? I
What?
used to only have one ear. Now I got the other ear. So now I got two.
When did you do that, dude? Did you go to the mall?
It's funny. I did. I did it on. I did it on May 15th. I did it May
Why?
15th.
Midlife crisis?
Nah, partly. No show, no joke. No, you know what happened was
And I
I
saw Thunderbolts.
oh
You just hear it?
I
Yeah,
hear it.
listen.
And I saw Thunderbolts. And I'm telling you right now, everybody who shit on Thunderbolts,
That was dope, dude. That was dope.
yeah, that's good. That's
And it's
good.
cool because it comes out when the thing comes out, the
Yeah.
title.
Yeah, that was
So it's
good.
almost like, okay, yeah, so please tell us about the
My
race
midlife
bombing. What is it, Ironheart?
Ironheart. But hold on, let me finish this one then. So I had an earring, I had a small diamond that I had for years, right? And I was like, I was sitting there one day, I was like, man, I need a bigger piece of jewelry, right? Like 'cause the other one was really small. It was fine. It worked. It was effective. But I was like, let me go get a bigger piece. So I went and got a larger piece. But in getting a larger diamond, obviously you can't buy one diamond, right? Like you can't buy a
Oh, you
one
have to
single
buy the
earring.
pack.
You
You
have to buy
dork.
the pair. It
That's
comes
what
with
you got to
two.
pierce so you can buy it.
No. What I did was I bought the earring first and then I switched it out and I was like, yo, this is nice. But then I had another earring just sitting there, right? Like just like the other one for years has been sitting in a drawer. This is nice diamond earring that's not being worn, right? So I was like, man, and so I was like, why didn't I ever get the other
You just
ear
wanted to
pierced?
show off more, just show off some diamonds. I get it,
No,
Rick.
it wasn't to show off some diamonds,
Well,
bro.
it's
It's just
very
like,
cute. I like your double piercing. Now,
thanks, man.
send
That's
you
all I
some
wanted.
earrings.
That's all I wanted.
Would you
Huh?
wear them? If
Say
I buy
what?
you a gift and send you some earrings, would you wear them?
No, because you're gonna send me some dangly
No,
bullshit.
I'll send you some that I've seen a guy wear before. A straight guy, a straight black male. Boom. How could you not wear those?
Are they black?
The earrings?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't gotten them yet.
What you mean you don't know? You saw a guy wearing them.
Yeah, well, yeah, not necessarily. Black won't look as good. You need a
Yeah,
little
because
color.
it's just gonna blend in. People like I got
Right,
moles.
no, you need a
And like
little color.
he got two. Like I was looking at black diamonds and I'm like, they don't look the same.
No, I
Um,
know. Yeah, black diamonds is like, what's the point? You're wasting.
Not for you. If you
Yeah,
had
but it's
black
still,
diamonds,
yeah, black diamonds ridiculous because they just they don't shine like a real.
they still kind of get a little bit of, but for people who know. But okay, so with that being said, yes, I have the two earrings now. Now, and was it part of a midlife crisis? I'm gonna say probably. Right? Um, the other
Everything
one
all right over
is,
there, Reg? What's wrong?
oh man, it's a lot going on over here. There's a thing that men experience. Women go through menopause. Yeah, women go through menopause. Men go through a thing called andropause. No one ever talks about it, but it's a real thing. Andropause. I could send you a whole thing about what happens. I mean, for us, basically what it comes down to is, our testosterone levels drop and we start to lose muscle mass, right? Like there's a whole thing, but it's not
What's
as
wrong,
like,
Reg? You dick don't work no more? Is that what you tried to tell us?
no, I'm not trying to tell you that at all. That's not what I'm saying. And that is not, let me make this clear right now. That is not the case. Okay. That is not the case.
Oh,
No, but I'm just
yeah,
saying
okay. I just want to make sure.
yeah, what I'm speaking to is the idea that because we hear about this all the time. We hear about, women go through, they become perimenopausal and then they go through menopause and then it could be 10 years of hot flashes and
And what are you
body
going
changes.
through? What's yours called?
No, I'm not saying I'm going through it. I'm just saying that there's a thing that men go through called andropause that I
Andrew.
never heard of before. Yeah, andropause. But they never talk about it. It's always about what women have going on, but they never talk about what happens with men. And there's a thing that happens called andropause. But it's not like the same thing for women. Like there's no cold flashes and hot flashes and
Mm.
mood swings, all that kind of stuff. It's just like as a guy your testosterone starts to dip, which actually starts in our 40s for us, right? Like it
Mm.
starts at 40, where our testosterone levels start to take a nosedive. But I'm not gonna say you can stop it, but the more you work out, right? Like lately, I've been doing a lot more heavy lifting because they say that as you get older, for men to help your body keep producing certain hormones and whatever else. Heavy lifting helps to maintain all that stuff, and it keeps your
Interesting.
mind sharp and your legs and everything else. So, yeah, but midlife crisis stuff that ain't for me. That's not about physical. That's all mental stuff. Where it's
Mm.
like, you kind of wake up one day. Look, I've talked about it, but when I turned 50, bro, I woke up feeling two ways. I woke up feeling grateful, and I also woke up feeling my mortality.
You get closer to death
Yeah, so
every
and
day.
that's a real thing. Like I woke up grateful that I was still alive and grateful that I was still here based on having lost friends that never made it to 50. But then I also woke up feeling like, yo, I'm 50, right? Like I'm not gonna live to 100, right?
Right.
And if I do, then I'm lucky. But then what are those last years like? Like,
Right. So you're like
it's
coming
just
around the bend already. I feel
yeah,
you.
so like there's this awareness of like, okay, yeah, we don't live forever. Because when you're young, you do feel like you're gonna live forever.
So you're like,
Um,
man, I ain't gonna live forever. Better get that other ear pierced.
Booyah.
So here, I
It's
found the earrings.
it's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. It's like the stuff that you haven't done, you kind of go, man, I'm bullshitting. Why am I not? I need to go ahead and
All
live
right.
or take
I'm gonna get you a
chances.
pair of these to help you with what you're going through. And I want to see you wear them on the podcast like I wear my Playboy hat. And there we go. Look at the nice feather.
Didn't I say some dangly shit? I did say some dangly. There's
If
no
you
way.
get the feathers, I would really appreciate it. Look, there's black feathers on the other side. You can see it hanging. It looks like a dog tail.
So I'm gonna tell you right now. And look, he's got multiple piercings. He's got
Yeah, and
one,
if you
two,
could get a
three.
vest like this, that'd be kind of cool too. Taking
Yeah.
care of business.
So what I'm gonna do is
Reggie reviews.
I'm gonna take a hard pass. I'm gonna take a
No.
hard pass, dude. There's no way in heaven or hell that I wear some feathers on my head. Like it's not gonna happen. There's no way. There's no way.
Come on, man. You cut your hair like that. You get a beard and be like, dope.
Hell no. I knew you was on some bullshit when you was like, oh, if I get you some earrings, would you wear 'em? Well, what are
Black
they?
straight male.
Yeah, I'm a pass, right? I got my gold chain. This is enough for me. My earrings, that's enough. That's all me and T got in common is the gold chains and the earring. And I wear a
And
bracelet
black.
every once in a while. So
All
yeah, I'm a
right.
pass. But okay, so now back to Ironheart.
Oh wait,
So I finished it.
let me get your sound effect for it. Here we go. All right, was that loud enough?
I could hear it, but it sounded like
All right, hold on. Yeah, it sounded like a baby one.
okay.
All right, there you go.
All
I
right,
like
let's
that little at the end. All right, so Reggie watched Iron Heart, I believe. How many
I
episodes
finished
is
it.
this?
It's only 6 episodes.
Oh, so it's like two. It's only out 2 weeks. They did three, or do they do one a week after that?
No, they did 3 episodes, and
And then
then the next release they did the last 3 episodes.
no, so it's only interesting. All right,
It's
so
only six
your review,
episodes.
Reginald.
So my review of Angel Heart is this. I really enjoyed the show. I thought it was well written. I thought the actors were compelling and interesting. I thought the story was very revealing in a sense, not revealing, but also it was just really good because there's this idea that you have this young lady who has a suit, and we all know Tony Stark has a suit and it looks very similar to Tony Stark, but she and Tony Stark are not alike. She is not here to replace Tony Stark. There is no real connection between the two of them in the sense that they're similar in any way.
So why
He's a
does shit
genius and
look
she's
like
a
his?
genius. Well, because his suit inspired her to
Mm,
want to make her own, right?
mm.
And they say imitation is the greatest form of flattery. So because of where she was at that time, but eventually within the story, you see Riri Williams basically create a suit that becomes her own in a certain way. And her life and her story and where she's from and her experiences and what she's gone through, it's completely polar opposite
Right.
to Tony Stark. So anybody out there who's trying to say that she's supposed to be here to replace Tony Stark, that's not true.
Everyone gets
Right?
so mad about that
It's
too.
so mad. And I've seen a lot of hate online where people are just like, it sucks. And I go, you haven't seen it. And
Yeah, it's
and look,
women and people of color they
it's
hate.
women and people of color. And so the hate out there is real. The racism is real, right? But based on the characters, based on the story, based on how they interact with each other and what happens and how things play out, she is not perfect, which makes her a more believable character, right? She is flawed in ways, right? She's had her experiences. So it's only 6 episodes. I would suggest anybody out there who's interested in watching a good story with some hero stuff, right?
What's it on
Um,
Disney?
yes,
Is there a villain? Is there a
there is
bad
a
guy?
villain.
Is he a super villain, like a hero,
There's
or like a super villain? I don't know.
there's two, three, there's like three villains.
Anyone notable that we would know, like Kingpin?
No Kingpin, but man, for the people who follow Marvel, right, or play Marvel Contest of Champions, which is what I play, or who follow some of the storylines, um, you're gonna hear names. You hear some names that are kind of obscure, but they are real characters in the MCU that have
So
like when I
they've
was
been in
watching it.
comic books before, these villains.
Yes, yeah, and
Who was the
the,
coolest one of the three?
I don't want to say his name because I don't want to give him away.
Also, I'll ruin it if it's is there anyone I would know? Let's do that.
No, because you're a DC fan over a Marvel
Well, I
fan.
mean, I know some comic books, but yeah,
Now
not that
you're
much.
not gonna know the main guy, right? You're not gonna know his name, and then you'll hear the second guy's name and go, "Oh, so
Well, I mean,
that's
you
who
can
that
give me the
is."
name. Give me a name.
No, because the names are all revealed in a certain way.
They're not in
Like
the trailer. People don't know about this stuff.
you won't know because what
I
happens
mean,
is the guy has I'll say the main villain. He has a name, but he doesn't go by that name. It's a piece of artifact or a thing that he has access to that's
hmm.
called a thing, right? And
I mean,
so
I feel if it's already out there, you could tell me this stuff. You're not ruining
nope.
it for anybody.
For the people who haven't seen it, I'm not
Well,
going to
how
say
are
it.
you guys? So what? Okay, what
So
makes?
in the end, it was a good show.
How are you going to
I
make
thoroughly
someone
enjoyed
want?
it.
What make someone excited to go see it? How would you do that?
Oh, how would I convince someone to go to watch it? I would say if you want to see, if you enjoy watching people of color, a diverse cast, um, telling good stories and good acting with some superhero aspects of it, and some real life world um, consequences.
This doesn't make me excited at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to say in a certain way, but it's like if you want to see real people trying to do something and overcome their shortcomings in a certain way, or people trying to get past all of the shit that happens in life, like, yeah, I mean, I'm not doing a good job of convincing it. All I can say is that
It's good.
all I can say is that it's a really good show. I enjoyed watching it. The superhero aspect of it was fun. I thought it was interesting. It is dark. There is definitely they're not holding back. Like,
This is in Chicago. It takes place.
yeah, it takes place in Chicago, and it's people of color, man. And there's like
Only people of
real
color.
life.
Any Italians in this piece?
I don't know if that guy's Italian, but
Or are
he's
they
definitely he ain't
just
black.
the mobsters?
No, not the mobsters. There's no mobsters.
Interesting.
Okay, so what it is, it's a ragtag group of people who are experts in different things who come together to basically affect the system at large. They're going after major corporations and like
The good guys or the bad guys?
that's where the lines are blurred.
Whoa. All right, how many stubs, bro? How many ticket stubs would you give this?
Out of 5,
Ironheart? Yeah, out of 5.
out of 5, I give it a 4. I enjoyed it.
Whoa. What did you give Thunderbirds? Thunderbolts? 4.5?
4.5. I said 4.5 to 4, but that was a full movie. This is a
Okay.
series. This is 6 hours, right? I thought it was really good, man. I really enjoyed it. I really
Okay.
enjoyed it. I did.
I mean,
really
I got
enjoyed it.
nothing.
So yeah, I would say go watch Ironheart.
I mean, I got rid of Disney, so I won't be watching it. But I'm sure
Do I
it's
gotta
good.
send you my? Can I even say this on here? Do I gotta send you my password so you
Oh,
can
yeah,
get
yeah.
in?
Do send me your password, and then I'll watch it, and you can make bruschetta while I watch it.
There you go. Okay.
All right, Reg, close this out, buddy.
All right. Hey, folks.
We got a
welcome to the
review
end.
and a POORdain in one episode. Never been
One
done.
episode, never been done. We're setting trends. We're making history.
They're
over here,
fun though.
folks.
People like those things, so they're good to do. Maybe we'll
Yeah,
go for
we're,
that.
we're making history. Okay, so with that being said, we love this and we're going to continue doing it. And we hope that you enjoy it too. The best thing you can do for us is you can like, share, and subscribe. I would say happy 4th of July to people, but that just passed yesterday. So I hope you had a good day. I hope you were
Happy
safe.
8th of July, everybody.
Yeah, happy 8th of July. I hope you didn't lose any fingers on the
Hope they're
4th.
all there.
Okay, good. Right. And we're going to keep doing it. So with that being said, if you have any comments or ideas, please feel free to leave those in the comment section.
Oh, shout out to Bop for the
Shout
hat.
out to Bop. And yeah. With that being said, that's Sal Kalani. I'm Reggie Steele.
I'm just gonna close it. You take too long now.
This is Spitballing. Peace.
Here it comes.